wanted to know exactly like what could these mean. I've started researching near-death experiences. I've spoken with people. It was interesting to me how things happened after the dream.
For sure. Yeah. And it does seem like that. I mean, the first thing sort of when I asked you if you thought about it, you came to the Matrix thing. We talked about the eye-opening thing, and it seems like this did spark an interest or represented some kind of a turning point in your in a more spiritual quest. And you asked about do I look at things from a psychological or spiritual perspective? I think in my understanding of psychology is that it encompasses the entire human experience, which is we're spiritual creatures, at least in our quest for understanding and trying to put the pieces together of what we experience around us. So I don't discount any of that. I don't know what to do with lucid dreams or prophetic dreams. That's not my specialty, but I don't discount it either. Yeah. I'm like, there's a whole range of the paranormal. I'm like, what if people are psychic? I don't know.
I've had those, maybe they are. Yeah, I've had lucid dreams before, and I've had prophetic dreams before, and I've had all of those. So like,
yeah, I wish I could tell you what to do with that. I got no idea. That's way outside. I'm like, but that just blows my mind. I'm like, that's cool. I have no comment. I don't know what to do. But this is this in terms of being representative. Yeah, this seems like it was important to you. So maybe what was on your mind prior to that is searching for an answer, or at least a direction, an understanding of what you want to know. I don't know if that's the right way to phrase it. Does that bring something?
I get it. I get what you mean. I got what you mean. Yeah, it's like, because you could be interested in stuff, but given the nature of those stuff, because it's not like if I'm going into the spiritual or the philosophical aspect, there is no physical proof of anything, right? So it could it's just like thoughts and ideas and experiences, and you always kind of like have these thoughts in your head, like, is this real, or is just making everything up, or like this kind of thing. So I've always been fascinated by that, but I've never actually it was never concrete to me that yes, pursue this, there is something there, even not on the physical realm, for example, or anything like that. Like there is some knowledge there somewhere that you need to delve into.
Yeah.
So that dream kind of like brought that, kind of like pushed me there.
Yeah. And that's kind of how I conceive of dreams, is like it's, which makes it difficult to address the prophetic or lucid side of things. Cause the way I conceive of it is definitely every dream has a reason it happened and a meaning it's conveying, in the sense that you have thoughts and desires and human experiences in the daytime. And when you shut down your external senses and you're in your mind completely and cut off from the physical, that's when you kind of process all that experience and you try and decide how you understand it. So that's kind of my understanding of dreams in general, is that it's this like your brain's doing a little puzzle in the dark. You're like, does that go there? I don't know. How about over here? What picture does that form if I put these pieces together in this way?
Yeah.
So I was going to ask if you said this dream happened about 6 or 7 years ago. What were you going through? Oh, we're about to get a kitty visitor. Don't walk on the keyboard. Don't walk on the keyboard. This is Cece. Keep walking, son. Keep walking. Hi.
I think she knows whenever when you're recording to pass by in front of her.
Oh yeah, for sure. This one's been sleeping on top of the computer. I'm like, don't hit the power button, please. Please don't hit the power button. But I don't want to be mean because there's the exhaust fans and the cat's happy and warm. I'm like, that's good. Just sleep. So okay.
Choices.
Yeah, I know, right? That's okay. So I was going to ask if anything happened specifically 6 or 7 years ago that was leading you towards this type of an experience in your dreams, where this is the picture that the puzzle put together.
To be honest, not really, because I usually do notice these things. So I would, like, if I'm going through something and I have a dream about it, or have a dream which is like weird or whatever, I would wake up and start thinking like, okay, why did I have this dream? What does it mean? Is it because I'm going through this or something? So I usually do make notes of specific stuff. But for this one, I don't recall that there was anything out of the ordinary or something more stressful or something more happy. and just like normal night, went to sleep, woke up like that. So
fair enough.
There wasn't anything specific.
No specific traumatic event, etc.
No.
But was this a period in your life where you were starting to consider the philosophical and the spiritual more? Is this a time in your life when that kind of started to become more interesting, relevant for some reason?
Well, I mean, it's always been interesting and relevant to me. So ever since like I was a teenager. I think it was actually the opposite. I think maybe around that time it was kind of dying down. So I got more busy with life. I had at the time I was married, so I actually gotten married and moved to another country, and like life took over. And at the time, things were kind of like became a bit mundane, if you want. You know, like, so it was. I wasn't in active pursuit of anything philosophical or spiritual or anything.
Fair enough.
Just like going through life. So it was kind of like a re-spark of it, actually.
Yeah. And it was actually the opposite. It wasn't that these things had become more important. It's that they had become less, I won't say less important, because there might be something going on there with the idea that they had become less active in your life.
Yes.
And so maybe you even felt the lack of it. And so this dream maybe came back to say, don't forget, these things are still important to you. That is possibly something. And when you say mundane too, is like we get into the daily grind. I wake up, I go to work, I come home, I have dinner, I go to bed. Was this all there is? And then we start looking at maybe there's more to life, and there's more purpose and meaning. So maybe the idea of falling into that grind, and then this dream comes back to say, these things are still important to you. What are you doing? Are you going to do anything about it or not? That might be in terms of why the dream came back or why it occurred.
That makes sense, because it also like justifies how intense it was, because it kind of needed like a to shake me.
Hey,
like,
wake up.
Yeah. I'm still here. Or like, if it was just like a regular dream, I would be like, okay, just like I'll go back to my normal life. But this was like, whoa, what just happened? You know, so that does make sense.